Nami wave, but again, there's just none of these that make me go, okay, that's it, that's the button.
The primary engage, I think, is actually going to be Mundo flashing in with an Orianna ball.
Okay.
That's the primary engage. Los Ratones did this a lot in their few wins back in LEC Versus, but that's it. That's what they have.
Okay, primary engage on a 5-minute cooldown means when those engages happen.
Gonna flame Dignitas real quick, but there's no need.
Hambach trying to trade with Inspired here. Has the Heartstopper turned on. Meanwhile, Impact versus Dokla up there in the top side. Impact charging up a lot of Fury. Dokla getting away for now. One more auto attack is going to proc the Hyper, and Impact is the one forced to flash away. We know Hambach down to 300 HP as Inspired is at 200 himself. They managed to heal him back up a little bit further as Hambach continues to chase towards Isles, hits him with the Bone Saw. Isles jumps away onto the blast cone, keeping himself alive. The attempted flash out from Hambach, but it's not good enough. The brush was warded, so Inspired's ready to follow immediately. Now Dokla needs the kill into Darkwings. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade as flashes get exchanged back over here underneath the tier 1 turret in the mid lane for Sentinels. Saint nearly kills Huhi, but the Nami survive. All right, Isles on the Bard, roaming once more as Saint jumps in after Darkwings. Ooh, the flash binding from Isles is a big ol' whiff. Saint, not quite enough damage to kill Darkwings there. You could see the idea. He's gonna have all the power he needs to continue trying to make moves as Isles once more gonna evade the pressure here with a magical journey. Inspired, the gank over hell here in the bottom lane. That will do it. Inspired gets paid. 3-1 game here for LYON as Impact again tries to keep the pressure onto Dokla, who has reverted back to Mini-Gnar form. Hambach coming in from the jungle, but Dokla is already in full retreat.
Yeah, gonna try and save as many plates as he can.
Ready to invade the enemy red buff, and Hambach's gonna steal this one away.
I love it. Deny Inspired as much as you can. Darkwings doing really well in this lane currently against the Akali.
Inspired and Isles. Looking around, Rahel and Huhi want to get as much damage onto Berserker as they can. Rahel with the Valk away as Inspired wants to go in for the big engage, but now he's got to be careful. Hambach here in the front line with a Heartstopper. Isles continues running, but your magical journey is very short. That's one kill over to Sentinels. Hambach's going to take it.
And if Lion's not able to attack the side lanes.
Saint trying to clear out the waves around the tier 1 turret here in bottom side. Nice shockwave there, pulls him right back out of his dash, so Darkwings chunks him low. Hambach and Huhi still thinking about making their way forward to try to finish this off. Bonesaw connects. Saint trying to make enough distance to get away here, but no, it's Hambach making the play yet again as Impact has to try to escape here from the top side. Tempered Fate pauses the turret for quite a while. Dokla still on the chase now too. Impact trying to walk it away, but no, Dokla gets the last auto attack. Impact falls. LYON at least gets something back there on the top side.
After this week, it will get easier for them in their quest to make playoffs, but very interesting as this Rift Trail has started up.
Hambach chunked down to 1/3 HP, but he is Dr. Mundo. Inspired, caught in the Aqua Prison, and both junglers are out of the picture, but a 2-man shockwave arrives from Darkwings. Saint trying to hide in the smoke still, dives towards the back line, but he can't kill Huhi yet again. Rahel gets one back as he now has to scrap with Berserker on the left side of the fight, though Dokla being forced away by Impact. Darkwings staying alive for now as Berserker finally kills Rahel, but Impact can't catch up to Dokla. It's a bloodbath in the topside river. Into the Gnar while he is in that vulnerable mini form. Isles and Saint both going to approach from the side. They want to go after Darkwings as Inspired flies in, but again, the counter engage is there. Hambach trying to deal with Inspired as Saint wants to complete the execution onto Darkwings. Dokla coming up right behind him. Inspired is already down, but LYON have found themselves a double kill for Saint. With Rahel out of the picture, can they find more? Dokla's still trying to get away, but Hambach's on the chase. Flash forward for the execute with the auto attack as Isles has to try to escape from Impact, but no! The hungry crocodile is ready for his lunch, and Berserker and Saint are the only two left standing on the LYON side. It's a 3-for-2 trade, and Sentinels retain control of the Dragon Pit. Impact wants even more. He lands the Ruthless Predator onto Saint, but he misses the kill by 100 damage.
Nice.
They just kept it for the rest of the game, right? So now that Sentinels have a slight lead, they have Soul Point. I really feel like this next dragon needs to be Soul. Like, they can't afford a blunder around it and have to wait 5 more minutes to hit that power spike. Impact and Hambach thinking about just trying to force down the tier 1 turret, but LYON's ready to respond with droves here as Huhi sends out the tidal wave and hits 3 with it. Hambach's got to be careful as the burst comes in. Berserker's about to kill him. Saint is down, but traded away for Hambach. A 1-for-1 trade as all 5 players from both teams flock to the tier 1. Here for Sentinels. Impact with that Spear of Shojin, so this isn't like the Sterix gauge type of itemization that allows you more survivability in team fights, but if Impact does have target access, it guarantees a lot of extra damage.
It does mean that they're thinking about going for Dokla, who's all alone.
Yeah, Dokla is pretty far pushed up, tries to hop away. Yeah, Dokla's underneath the enemy turret. Impact has to pop the Dominus to make sure that he doesn't die 1-for-1 there, but they get their kill onto Dokla. Yeah, and there's that flank like we're talking about. Saint once again looking for the pincer attack, but they found him. He's been spotted out. Hambach trying to move in from the right side. Lines are all over the place in this one. LYON trying to regroup, reestablish those battle lines in a safer way. Saint's flank is spoiled. That's pretty big here for Sentinels.
Hambach's got to retake the space. Isles gets engaged on by Renekton. Here's the fight.
Yep, there's your Ruthless Predator trying to lock him up. Berserker gets away for now, firing back into Impact as Inspired, looking for the chance to jump on in. Now it's Sentinels who have to reorganize their battle lines. Darkwings knocked down to half HP. On the Hunt was used from the Sivir. Grand Starfall used from the Pantheon. All ultis still available on the Sentinel side.
It is just an eye contact fight right now, and Sentinels has reestablished themselves, but a TP from Impact is very risky.
Yeah, he TP's in, but he immediately flashes out of the Mega Gnar, so now Dokla doesn't have that ultimate to use in the upcoming team fight. Saint is still looking for this potential flank, as Inspired at 40% HP stays right next to Berserker. Hambach continues trying to zone them away with the infected bone saws, as Dokla reverts back into the midi form now. Saint forced to pop the smoke. Sentinel still staying on top of the Drake, but no DPS being put into it. They're solely focused on the fight. You heard Huhi talking about it in the comms. Inspired's now your target. He throws up the shield to stay alive for now, but it's another nice tidal wave coming out from Huhi. Rahel is down. Saint found the execution, but Saint dies in trade. Dokla and Berserker still looking to get a little bit more damage in as Sentinel's health bars crumble. LYON find their angle. Darkwings goes golden, but he's only a trophy for Dokla. The shutdown on the Orianna. Sentinels, this long dance outside of the Dragon Soul doesn't go their way. Now Hambach and Impact try to run away into the enemy jungle. They're not going to go very far, though. It's a shutdown for Dokla. It's an ace for LYON.
LYON team fighting is just different. Really love the comms there, both from Inspired and from Isles, but they're not dumping all their damage onto it yet. They're hoping to do damage to LYON when LYON flies in.
Yep, Dokla still in mini form, but Inspired drops in with a Grand Starfall, finds its way into the back line, goes after Huhi, but he can't quite kill him. Isles also getting away in a magical journey over the wall. Inspired still low, but he's still fighting. Darkwings dies first. Saint trying to assassinate Huhi yet again, stays alive in the stasis, and it buys him all the time he needs. A double kill for Berserker, as Impact can't even kill Isles. Hambach's the only one still standing. And that is a disaster fight for Sentinels. It's a 4-for-0 for LYON.
LYON might be trying to end the game off of this one. They double TP into the top lane to at least maximize the gold that they're going to be getting. They haven't actually killed the Drake yet, so with this investment, they might be looking to end here.
Yeah, this is the full send call from LYON. 5-man push, barreling down the top lane. Only Hambach on the Mundo still standing to maybe be able to stop them. 5 seconds left on Huhi respawning on the Nami. 10 seconds on Darkwings, 15 on Rahel. LYON make their way onto the first Nexus turret. They burn it down. Huhi and Hambach trying to buy enough time for everybody else to come back. Tempered Fate onto Darkwings back in the fountain as Huhi dies to Saint. LYON, they've made their way onto the Nexus now. They've got it down to 1/3 HP, but the shockwave kills them! The clutch hold from Sentinels at the very edge.
They didn't hear no bellflowers. That's a huge shockwave from Darkwings. He just one-shots the carries, and Soul is still up.
The Soul is up. Everybody in a LYON jersey is dead. The Baron is up. You can get both super buffs back to back.
Nice. Wait, I think...
This team is ready for one fight to decide the entirety of the game. The Elder begun by Sentinels, but DPS is going pretty slowly. Inspired ults in here with a Grand Starfall. Huhi has to try to flash away, but the Nami dies immediately at the start of the fight. Saint finds his angle over the wall, and the carries from Sentinels are cut to ribbons. Berserker gets the kill on Darkwings, and yet again, Sentinels kill everybody except for Dr. Mundo. LYON are taking these guys down 2-0 style. It was dicey there at that first Nexus push, but there's no way for Sentinels to stay standing on this one. The timers are simply too long. The LYON team fighting is simply too good. They call their shot, and it's a home run. LYON sweep Sentinels 2-0.
What a gorgeous team fight to end the game. That was against Mountain Soul, late game Corki Orianna Mundo.